So, what do we have this week? Back to Scotland. I'm Nathan, this is Whiskey Wednesday on Wasn't Your Fault. As I said, whiskey time. So, we're back in Scotland with Aberfeldy, which is actually a leave-in gift from some very nice people that I was working with. I've changed jobs, and this is what they got me. How nice is that? Loads of information, loads and loads and loads of text. I'm not going to bore you with reading through all of this. If you want some information on it, as always, I will put a link in the description of the video that'll link you back to this particular whiskey. So if you want a bit more information, some history and something about the distillery and so on, feel free to read it. There's no point me reading it out on a video. Right, get all the plastic off. Never works, does it? Right. Really big neck on this. Quite wide compared with a lot of it seems to be. May not be, just because it's so squat, maybe. Not sure, but it's cool. Wow, I can already smell something. Standard UK 25ml port. Let's put that over there. Quite strong smell already. So, quite a dark amber colour. Sweet, a little bit of fruit. So more sort of grainy, barley kind of smells to it as well. Kind of almost bready, but not quite. Kind of like when you're making bread rather than when you finish making bread. Slightly honey notes. Definitely a bit of fruit. Not quite citrusy, but almost. So sort of possibly sort of peach, something like that. That's quite sweet. Quite floral notes. It's quite. It's not too in your face sort of smelling. In your face. Can't even talk. Oh, that was really fruity. What is that? I'm really getting a strong fruit, but I can't think what it is. I can smell what it is, I recognise it, but I can't think the name of it, what it is. What is that? That's bugging me. I think it's like peach, apricot, it's like along those lines. Really sweet, what is it? That is really annoying me. So I can smell it really strong. Only a slight sort of ethanol smell to it, not too much. That is really frustrating. Let's try it. Really, really fruity on the finish. So a little bit of the kind of barrel sort of wood smell flavour to it. See, not done very bad. So yeah, a little bit of the barrel sort of wood. Definitely fruity, really fruity. The aftertaste, just straight fruit. It is only 40%, I believe, yeah. 40%, so I wouldn't expect a lot of sort of ethanol burn or anything like that. That's just really, really fruity and sweet. What do other people say? That is really frustrating me. Okay, so notes. Creamy, some cherried fruits with a trailing hint of smoke, prune, custard and espresso bean. Sweet malty, gentle pink, but nonetheless the mouthfeel is very clean. Vanilla, peaches and cream, subtle oak, finished ginger malt, nutty nugget and maybe a little grapefruit zest. Yeah, it's the custardy kind of fruitiness that I'm getting, the vanilla. But it's not like vanilla bean, it's like vanilla custardy. That's quite interesting. Let's get set up and try it with everything else as usual. Okay, so as usual, a little bit of water first. And see if that changes anything. A little bit more of the whiskey comes out in it. Another kind of alcohol smell. There's still a very fruity and slightly sweet. And the vanilla tone's not as much custardy. There's a little bit more bite to it. Less of the fruity custody, and there it is. There's the ethanol bite at the end of it. Again, I prefer it normal. Normal as in neat, the way it's designed to be drunk. Obviously. Okie dokie, let's go again. Same as usual. I'm sure you're fed up with me pouring each of these every single week exactly the same way. It's got to be done so that you know it's fair, I know it's fair, and anybody else knows it's fair. Again, I'm not doing the whole orange peel thing because it's just a waste of orange because I don't eat the orange. Just because I have a bit of an allergic reaction to oranges, so I avoid them whenever I can. So, bit of a shame because I actually quite like orange, but oh well. Can't have it all, I guess. Okie dokie. Get everything stirred. Do need to try and find some orange bitters. Ah, can't see any. Maybe that's for the best. See, I'm still messing around with my setup and changing things. I'm changing around my living room and there's sofas moving, all sorts. So hopefully at some point I'll have a little bit better situation for doing videos. But this will do for now. Okay, so which way do I usually do it? I'll do that, then Coke. Still a bit of fruitiness to it, not sweet smelling. Once again, like with the water, there's a little bit of ethanol burn. My ice cube got stuck. It's losing some of the vanilla, and there's more of the ethanol flavours to it. It's not as subtle, it's not as fruity, it's not as sweet. I just don't know why you put ice in it. It doesn't do anything for me. Maybe when it cools down, it waters down, it may change the flavour slightly, but initially, no, not for me. Get the fruit and the vanilla. So not a big alcohol impact, but you do get the fruit, and I can still taste the fruit kind of there. So it's definitely a little bit oily, maybe. That's bringing out those flavours sort of on the after palate, which is quite interesting. That's actually quite nice. It's slightly vanilla, slightly fruity. Not bad at all. Coffee time. Okay, what will happen with this one? On the nose, itch. It's coffee. Yeah, what can you say? Again, it's taken out the bitterness. That's really interesting. So there's an after sort of bitterness to it, but not a lot. A slight fruitiness to it. Not a huge amount. Slight vanilla tones as well. It does definitely, it kind of takes the black coffee and just brings it down just a little bit, so it's a little bit easier to drink, I suppose. I love black coffee anyway, and I have, like, you know, double shots of espresso and that sort of thing. So I'm quite used to having the bitterness, and that's not there again. It's taken away. It's really weird to find that whiskey is taking the bitterness out of coffee. Who would have thought of that? It's very, very strange. I'm not necessarily expecting a lot from this. And there's more of the alcohol in that than there has been in some of them. Again, for 40%. That does add another... That actually makes bit more bitter than some of them. It's not sweetened out as much as I thought it would. Mainly the bitters coming through, as you expect, being an old-fashioned with bitters in it. Not sure. The coffee for me is the standout of all of them. That's really interesting, apart from neat, obviously, but let's not worry about that. It's the coffee. I said it takes the bitterness out of it, gives it slight sweetness, slight vanilla, slight fruitiness to it. Interesting. So, back to the standard one. Well, with a little bit of water, well, that should have mainly mixed in by now. It's that custardy fruit still. That's just so sweet. That is really, really easy to drink. Dangerous, but nice. So anyway, thanks all for watching. Hopefully you found this interesting. I definitely find it interesting finding out what is happening with different whiskies in these different ways. It's quite a good journey, as you can see behind me. The journey is getting long, very long. There's a couple of nice, see, Gentleman Jack I have to do, and there's a couple of Jack Daniels there as well. So I may have to dedicate one video to Jack Daniels. We shall see. Anyway, thanks all for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment, and tell other people to come to my channel, because that would be nice. Why not? Be different. Nobody else is doing it, so why don't you do it? So, thanks all. Join me again next time. Bye bye for now.